Okay.
Hello
everyone.
hello everyone. Hello,
Hi,
Gustin.
Kutan. Hi, Heider. Hi, Herbie. Hi, Jeremy.
So we're just like waiting for everyone to join. Lots of people on lots of different continents. So definitely I got a lot of emails of people told me 2 minutes late. So I'm not sure we're gonna wait for them because we've got a lot of things to do today in a short amount of time.
Yeah, maybe you can introduce this new format we are launching in the meantime, because this is quite new.
Yeah, it's a good one. So we're doing a new kind of event on a regular basis. It's going to be 2 times per month. So we're going to do this this time on Wednesday. It's building live event. So every time we're going to go through a subject in 30 minutes and show you how to build it in live. So building in live means building with bugs, building with blockers, and showing you how to go over those blockers. Definitely, we're going to move from different people building. For the first one, it's going to be Augustine. Next, it's going to be me. I think we're planning on doing something with the client also next time to show you how people build, because everyone's got different techniques and different setups. So yeah, and different use cases. And so we're maybe for next time and after this show, I'm going to ask you to write to us if you got any ideas on what should we do next. I think for the next time, we're building an AI application, an AI copilot, something like that for your companies. Because
assistants,
yeah. So I think definitely it's going to be a good use case. So for today, let's start over. So we're going to build in 3 different times. First, we're going to build a website. We took the use case of a customers called Odoo. Odoo is customers of B2B shop furnitures. So we take this use case of this company, Odoo, Woodoo, that is going to need a website for his shop. Is doing B2B furniture shop. And so first thing, he's going to build his website, and then he's going to build the e-commerce website. And then if we've got time, the customer portal where all his clients can go look for invoice, looks for where the products are at the moment and everything. So it's going to be Augustine that is going to be leading the show here, showing you first how he's going to build the website, then how to turn it into an e-commerce website every time, like connecting it to your core Odoo system. And then if we get time, the customer portal phase. So Augustine, you got the show. I'm just here to help and I'm looking forward to it.
Nice, thank you. And thanks everyone to be here. So let me share my screen first. Can you all see my screen? Honoré, can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, perfect. And I think, we'll get started now. I think.
Muted. So what's happening here?
More. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, good. Sorry. Did I was I on mute from the beginning?
Yeah, you were muted from the beginning.
Okay, sorry for that, everyone. So I was just talking about questions. Don't hesitate to ask questions. Don't hesitate to we are building live, so I'll start right away on the specific use case Honoré mentioned, because this is a use case lots of our users ask about. So don't hesitate to ask about this use case, other use cases. As I said, we'll plan more of these kind of sessions for later. So don't hesitate to ask questions about this use case or other ones. And I'll just go ahead and start with today's use case. Honoré, you can still hear me, still see my screen?
Yeah, perfectly. I would tell you if I don't hear you or if there is any issue.
Okay, so let's go. So first thing, I think many of you already know this screen. I will go quite fast on this. I will connect my Odoo. I will first show my Odoo. So I have an Odoo here, Odoo test instance with a lot of modules that we are going to use in today's use case. So as I said, we are building for Odoo, a very nice name for a furniture company. This is covering a lot of, this is specific, but it's covering a lot of different types of customers use cases because we'll connect very common modules like CRM, sales modules, orders, contacts, of course. And basically the use case can seem quite simple, but it connects to different areas of Odoo modules. And I think it will reflect on many people's needs and pain points. So I have these modules already installed with that. I have, so I have sales, I have products. So Odoo is a B2B furniture company. So I have a lot of furniture products. So we can provide offices, public buildings. We can provide a lot of different types of buildings with custom furniture. So I will start by connecting my Odoo. Is it a good database? Yes. I will use my email here. I have my API key. And okay, I will save my configuration. I will remove this. Okay, so Odoo is connected. I prepared a prompt, of course. And let me get it. And here it is. So I will build a modern B2B furniture shop website called Odoo, as Noah said. So we'll start with a website. I mentioned a few elements about the design. It will be simple, and I can iterate later on that. This is what I prefer to do. I prefer to mention globally, like the main elements globally at the beginning. And regarding the design, here I just mentioned like one. So sorry for the police behind me. It's not for me, but we have a big street behind the office. So sorry for that. And so what I like to do is just mention one thing about the design, and then I can customize it later. Just know it when you move your mouse or something, it makes quite a lot of noise.
Okay, sorry for that.
Sorry. So, okay, I mentioned something about the hero section, classic CTA button, a few sections, and more importantly, I will start right away connecting to a simple module from my Odoo. The contact form will be connected to my contact module and to my Odoo CRM, because when a user is requesting a quote about furniture, I wanted to create a contact in my Odoo database so I can contact him back, and also a new opportunity in my CRM. So I will go ahead and launch this prompt now. Is it all right? Yeah. So I will launch this prompt. So maybe a lot of you already know this, but I will go again through it. Leo will first contextualize. It's very important. You will first check my Odoo. This is what Odoo is doing right now, like checking the models, the fields, the modules that are relevant for this use case. So he just noticed that the necessary models already exist. He will go ahead and check my CRM. My CRM leads to find the different fields, because in a lot of situations, they would be customized. They would have maybe specific custom fields, specific relations. So, okay, he will go ahead and write. So he got all the information he needed. This is, by the way, our V2 that got out 10 days ago secretly. And now Leo is contextualizing much better, much faster. We improved the agentic process a lot. And this is what just happened. Like in only a few seconds, Leo was able to contextualize my whole Odoo database with at least the database, the relationships needed for my use case. So here, my leads, my contacts, CRM, and wrote it down in his knowledge, because this is what I want. I want him to remember the important information about my my Odoo. And then, well, he just went ahead building the website. So we can just let him finish, and he will deploy in a few seconds. Okay, so Leo has built Odoo. He has hopefully respected my design instruction. And what I wanted to add about design is that we also have, so I was simple here. I just used a simple line to describe the design I want, but a lot of companies already have a design system, a specific design system. Of course, in this case, you would share maybe a PDF with all your design rules or screenshots, and it will work also. Okay, so nice. I have a first version of my site. Okay, I have, let's go over the section, sorry. Some more police coming, not for me. So I can request a quote, perfect, I have my CTA. I have the section I asked for with information, featured collection. Okay, so these are not real products because in my prompt, I didn't ask yet for real products to be included in the website. This is step 2. We'll turn it into a real e-commerce website. Right now, my customers can just ask for quotes, and it will create new leads in my database. This is what I want. I'm in a B2B process. So I will go over this and just click on request a quote. So I have a simple model, okay for me. And I will just create a new company like, this is my name, and let's call it, and some random number, and I need furniture for my office. Let's click send request. Okay, I have a little error here. So I can see that it was able to create, so good thing, I have a little error, so sometimes it can happen. It's a good thing it happened. I won't go as far as to say I did it on purpose, but it can happen. This is a good way to show how to debug this kind of error, because we're still talking about coding, like behind the scenes. Even if you go from months of development to a few hours, it's still coding. So sometimes there can be some mistakes, but we are building an environment where it's simple for business users, not technical. We also have technical users, but also non-technical users to debug live, like to debug easily. But sometimes you have to accept it. You have some iteration. So here, my partner, so my customer was created, not my CRM lead. So I will just go ahead and check my new contacts. So I don't remember which one I used, but I think it was this address. Check it. Okay, so this was created all right. 1 minute ago. So this is the right one. This is okay. But I don't have the quote. So this is not good because, of course, I will need the quote. So I will just go ahead and, so I don't understand anything about APIs. So I will just click share with Leo. And Leo will be able to understand what went wrong and provide a fix. Hopefully it will just take one prompt. And yeah, so it identified that it was missing a name. A name is mandatory for my in my CRM leads. So and I had a name in the in the model, so it just added it. So we just update the website, and I will try again. Well, I will just use a second company. Dev plus live. Oh, sorry. Still me. I will use this one. And phone number. I still need furniture for my office. Okay, so no error this time. this one went well. So hopefully Leo was able to debug this in one prompt. So this is good. I will go ahead in my CRM and check. Okay, so nice. I have a new opportunity a new lead in my CRM, Tyros 2, Augustin. This is the one I just created. And I can see some that maybe it's missing some elements here, but I didn't ask for so many elements, but still it created the opportunity directly in my CRM. So now my salespeople can just follow it directly here and get back to my to the lead that was just created. Okay, so I can go ahead and improve this process, and many of our users would do it. But now I want to go ahead and this is working. This is connected to my sales modules in Odoo. So I will go ahead and turn this website, which is a B2B quote website, to a real e-commerce website. I'll just go ahead and get my prompt. Honoré, if there are some questions in the chat.
Yeah, I've seen those. I'm scared to answer them because I'm going to write and you're going to hear me, but I definitely saw Chris and Andrew's question as well as Lido. So I had an answer for Chris, definitely Lido. Meanwhile, yeah, of course, we're recording the presentation, but stay here because definitely at the end, you want to be here. Chris, to answer you, of course, Odoo's built-in e-commerce work, and I think most of you guys are working on Odoo's e-commerce. What Leo's enable you is, of course, definitely rapidity. It's what you're going to see with this live, because the website builder and the e-commerce website builder with Odoo is a no-code builder. So it's the old way. Of course, it was modern at its time, but now you can go so much faster, and you don't have a framework when you build with HelloLeo. It's completely free of creation. So if you want to be really precise on design and everything, you can go to a precision amazing with Leo that you can't reach even by spending hours and hours on Odoo's system. And then I think the main thing is the connection to the external ecosystem. I think definitely we've seen plugins, Shopify plugins and WooCommerce plugins that are so expensive on the marketplace of Odoo's that you can rebuild with Leo in 10 minutes. So definitely, I think we're going to be better for interconnection with the outside ecosystem that you obviously need when you build an e-commerce website. I think I'm good.
Yeah, absolutely. And good summary. And yeah, I would just add that the two are absolutely compatible. You can still build e-commerce websites using the Odoo Builder. As Honoré said, it's a good way to present it. You have the no-code way and the AI code way. They enable two different things. And it's just like if you would compare no-code platforms like Bubble or WeWeb and AI platforms like Lovable. These two options are still relevant, but they do not offer the same kind of flexibility, customization. And we definitely aim for these last two, by being AI first, by being an AI platform, you don't have limits. By being headless too, you can build on top of Odoo again and not inside. And for flexibility, for customization, it enables you to go further, to just have the exact experience that you want. And I would add that you're also more immune to migrations hell, if I can say. So because it's headless, and you can just, if you're moving from Odoo 18 to Odoo 19, you can just ask Leo, okay, we are going to migrate in a week. So I just connected my Odoo 19 test instance, for instance, and adapt my website to the new Odoo 19 requirements. HelloLeo knows this, so we'll just get your API connections, your fields in the front end, and adapt them all. It could take honestly one prompt, maybe 2 or 3, but much faster. So again, two systems, two different sets of possibilities. I will go back to my. So Honoré, don't hesitate to interrupt if you have a question you want to ask.
I think you need to rush a bit because again, time is.
Sorry.
I'm going to answer the question.
You're right. So now step 2, we want to turn this website into an e-commerce website. So here's my prompt. I'll ask you to add a product catalog, build a full e-commerce experience, all right, with a catalog page, fetch my products from my Odoo, grid layout, okay, maybe a bit too much precise. Maybe this prompt is a bit too much precise, but it's all right because, for instance, I want the cart experience. So the possibility to add my products to a cart, product detail page, of course, to have the full information from my Odoo, and the checkout process. So when I will add one or several products, I will confirm, and of course, it will create a sales order. So I'll go ahead and validate this prompt. And maybe, so it's a big evolution because we'll add a lot of components. And again, for some of you that already know, and Andrew, you must be one of them, that already know the e-commerce capabilities of Odoo, maybe you would find it like redundant, like why do I have to rebuild this? But again, this is from scratch. So from scratch, but connected to Odoo, on top of Odoo. So full liberty here. If I want to create it differently, if I want the experience to be more maybe modern, maybe I want to add some 3D animations in the process, I want to rent bikes, so I will add a super nice bike 3D animation, I don't know. Here it's totally free, like totally open to customization. So again, maybe this process seems redundant, but remember that it's created from scratch and it's directly connected to the right endpoints on my Odoo. So again, some additional context checking. So he went ahead and checked my product catalog, of course, my sales order system, sorry. And now Leo is coding the front end. It also updated my base knowledge. So now he has a full understanding of the e-commerce capabilities of my Odoo. So we'll let Leo code here for a minute. And maybe while Leo is coding, go ahead and present a few features that we added recently. A lot of new ones are coming, but so now my website is not published yet. When I publish, I have access to some analytics, quite useful. I have access to these analytics for this project and also to my, if I create like 10 projects in one workspace, if I create a few projects for a few clients, I can have analytics for one project, but also for my global projects, like global set of projects. So this can be quite useful. We've had some integrators that work with a lot of clients. They have a lot of HelloLeo projects that they build for different customers. So they want to have a centralized way of analyzing traffic. So this analytics tab is here for this. And Leo is almost done. So we'll get back to my preview, here. I can also mention maybe one of these tabs before going back to the preview, the asset management, because a lot of you don't know how to include like some specific files, images, videos, assets. You can do it from this assets tab here. So you can use like your own assets in your website. Of course, for this one, this would be useful because most of my assets are already stored in Odoo. My images, my product images, for instance, are already in Odoo, but I can add maybe my logo, some commercial videos, I don't know. So these would all go to my project assets here. So let's go ahead. It's still loading. We'll just wait for a few seconds before it's updating.
And while there is Leo thinking, I can answer Andrew. So can you show how you would publish a site and SEO optimize it? So publishing is quite easy. It's the big violet button on the upper right of the screen to publish the website. And concerning SEO optimization, definitely. So Leo, again, is the front end, and it's like working with a headless CMS, a headless customer content management system. So definitely it's lighter, so it's more speed, so Google's like it, and then you can handle all the content into your Odoo system while again displaying it with HelloLeo. So this way of doing it, the headless way of having a website is like modern and really good for SEO, but then a lot of optimization you need to make on the content you publish, on, of course, the technical part of the website. You ask Leo you give him quite clear instructions that concerning the SEO, and then Leo is able to do that. And again, difficult question concerning how many tokens would be used if this was a high transaction site. So it's always difficult to forecast how many tokens would be precisely needed. I think what's cool with Leo is that you can start and then build on it. So you can expand the capabilities of your website. But definitely it's tough to say if you have a highly transaction website, maybe it could cost you between, 300 tokens if you build like a lot on it, but still, you're going to see with Augustin today how many tokens it takes him. Definitely, it's a POC website, but
not a lot so far. Actually.
Yeah, not a lot.
So I have my next updates. So not bad. So I wasn't so precise on the navigation. So Leo went on and created a shop tab. It's okay for me, but maybe I want my products to also appear here because I still have some mock data here. But I can get back to it later. What's important is that my shop is ready. So again, experience to be improved because no loading. So of course I would add a loader, but most importantly, I recognize my real products. These are my products. Again, no pagination. So I have a few elements that I would improve, but first let's test the new features that I just implemented. So I will just go ahead and check my products to make sure these are the real ones. But again, they ring a bell. I recognize them. Here, my nice furniture product. Yeah. So again, I could optimize the way I present my products. Maybe a bolt next to an acoustic box screens. Not the best way. I'm not the e-commerce expert, but yeah. So I recognize my product. This is nice. And let's say I want a new desk, a new corner desk. Super nice. I will add it to my cart. And here it is in my cart. So I can play with quantity. I can remove it. I will first place the order. I will just clear my API call. This is a little tip that you can use to clear the API call to be able to debug if you need to. And I will place my order. So it's still a B2B company, a B2B focused website. So I still need to enter my company name. So I will use another one. There was 3, still the same first name, and I'll use this new email. Of course, if I have, I didn't mention it, but if I have an existing customer, an existing contact, it will reuse the same. This was in my first prompt, I think. But if it's a new one, it will just go on and create a new contact, new CRM opportunity, and of course a new order. So just add my phone number here. You can try to call me. And oh, sorry, a little mistake again. Okay, and I see that I have a mistake when creating new sales order. I think, yeah, an ID is missing. So I will just, again, share it with Leo real quick, and we'll debug this. And I think we are running out of time. Do we have a few more minutes, Honoré?
Yeah, definitely. I think, of course, the invitation was like 30 minutes. We started a bit late, so go on. We go on 15 minutes, and then we cut the live.
Okay, perfect. So I will just, we have some, I think some of you may have noticed on my screen that maybe on your HelloLeo accounts, sometimes the loading is a bit long. We've noticed it, and the dev team is already working on it. Sometimes when you're waiting for the changes to be implemented. So it's already taken care of. So don't worry about it. And yeah, I will go ahead and use the same one here. Okay.
I definitely see everyone's question. I'm answering them just after let Augustin.
Another mistake. So I'll just debug this one. And if you want to take one question while I'm debugging, no, don't hesitate.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm starting with Jeff. Would you be able to take like payments and to get shipping notes? Of course, we can. And maybe just even simpler, in a month, we are releasing what we call HelloLeo Cloud. Basically, HelloLeo Cloud is going to make you able to plug any external connection you have with external like API connection. So for example, if you want to use Stripe or another payment service, you can just enter your API key, and then in a prompt you can deploy it on the website. So kind of cool. Or if you have, I don't know, some customers use external email providers, for example, Brevo or MailChimp, you would definitely be able to plug it within a prompt. So kind of easy. You mentioned upgrade. Can you create a copy in a stage environment to test an upgrade? Yeah, of course, definitely. You can duplicate every project you have on Leo and make a connection so you change the API connection with your staging environment. Jeff, it's the good way to do it, and to be sure you're not breaking everything. Does it support?
Yeah, and about that, just to pop in on this question, a very good question indeed. And we are implementing a better system to like play with different connections, because right now, best way to do it, as I said, you connect your staging Odoo, you perform your changes, and then you remove the connection and add the production one. We also have users that just have copies of their projects, that just copy their project, but we also want to add the possibility to have several connections. Like you can have your staging, maybe your pre-production and your production, and to play with them without having to disconnect, reconnect every time. So you can indeed have your staging branch maybe, or you just keep to this one. This is my development version because it's not published yet. And I can connect to staging, and just for the published version, connect to production. So many possibilities, and we are improving this part. And sorry, Honoré, maybe you are in the middle of an answer. I would just finish on this. So 2 debugs, and now it's working, so I'm happy. The order seems to have been created in my Odoo. I have my order reference. This looks like a valid Odoo order reference. So this looks nice. Now I have to go to my orders modules, and I will check right now if it was created. And it was, I don't know, it was 1 minute ago. So this is the right one. It has the order number that I can find here. It has my customer name, and I will go ahead and check if it was created after that. Yes, it was created. It's perfect. And I have my product here, the product that was ordered, my quantity, and so everything is perfect here. Now we don't have a lot of time left. So again, this opens a lot of possibilities. If you want to see, and maybe we have 2 more minutes to go on and check the customer portal part. But if you're really interested in the e-commerce capabilities, next time we can definitely go deeper on this, because there are a lot of things you can imagine here, order customization. We have a lot of customers that have complex sales pipelines, so a bit more complex than this one with just one model. So again, if you have any maybe specific use case you would want to cover, well, you can ask about it now, but if you want to ask about it later, don't hesitate. Honoré, maybe you want to take some questions?
Yeah, definitely. So other questions I saw, does it support, from Keaton, the question, does it support Odoo Online, Odoo SH, and Odoo On-Prem? Yeah, definitely, no worries on that. And once you share your API key with Leo, Leo understands on which instance you are, and so he knows the different way of interacting with your Odoo instance. So no worry on it. Andrew, do you charge off tokens to build it, or if we'll have lots of customers with transactions, are those tokens as well? No. So the tokens, it's prompt. So when you do prompt, it's a token for us. And definitely with the subscription you have, you've got an amount of prompts. You can top up if you are in the building phase and you want to add some prompts, but definitely a prompt is when you try to build something. When you don't build, you don't use any prompt. So once your website is live, you don't use any prompt, and it's important to go on that. Then Nicholas, how can I manage a different price list for my B2B customers? How can they follow the order when it's paid? Yeah, but definitely that would be another feature that I think we don't have pretty much more time to do it, but it would be a customer portal, quite easy to do it, where your customers would be able to log, see the different invoice of the previous orders they would have made, and maybe, and I think it's a good one as well, doing like a follow-up of delivery. So you can plug in the FedEx, for example, integration, and try to see try to show to your customers where are the products they bought from you. Definitely those are features you can build in seconds with HelloLeo. And I think it goes with your question or your what you said, Andrew. You're doing great. Many people will have complex needs to replace Shopify. Yeah, definitely. I think, and it comes with the question of my friend Chris again on what's the use of HelloLeo's compared to Odoo's built-in e-commerce. I think you can get rid part of the the front end you're doing with Shopify. It's so easy to do it on top of Odoo with HelloLeo. And I think a lot of people have complex systems with Shopify and are managing complex integrations with Leo. It's so much simple. So yeah, definitely important.
Again, and so many people, but a lot of you guys are professionals, so I think you know what I'm talking about. That you always people always underestimate like the importance of customization. Like it's not trivial to have a specific element that will make your customers or your salespeople gain a lot of like maybe many hours a day by automating one process. So again, it can seem like a small detail. Like we have use cases about POS. For instance, a lot of people are, it seems, complaining about the POS module of Odoo. And they are recreating like POS systems, POS mobile apps, like mobile versions. They are recreating POS systems for tablets. So again, they are often very simple, but they have this little something that makes it perfectly fit for their business. And again, this for somebody else, it could seem like a detail, but for them, it's always very important. And this is what you can achieve when you have this power of full customization. And this is what you can't when you are like the prisoner of some kind of no-code framework. And again, I'm not throwing it away. It's just for different purposes. But now AI is enabling new capabilities of customization for like non-technical users, and this is exactly what we are doing with HelloLeo to like enable people to reach the kind of detail that they need. So yeah. And sorry, while you were talking, I was going on with the customer portal. So
yeah, you know what? I saw the question of Phil, and definitely I owe one to to Phil because I promised him something yesterday that I messed it up. So definitely, Augustin, we need to build that customer portal right now because Phil is asking for it, and I owe him one. I'm sorry, my friend. So let's go for the customer portal. Let's build it. And I think while you start to build, there is another question from Andrew. So the cost is in building the website, then what is the ongoing cost to host the e-commerce site? So that's a really good question with AI vibe coding tool in general. So when you pay for building, but you also pay for hosting. Okay, so with Leo, sometimes you're going to build a lot. When you build a lot, you're going to consume prompts, and definitely prompts is going to be, we're going to charge it because we pay for prompts to be fully transparent with you. Concerning the deployment part, we handle the deployment for you. So you just click on publish. And once you click on publish, the app is live, okay? You've got, once you publish with us, you've got an analytics that Augustine showed just before, where you can see how many people are going to your website, what they're seeing, what page are they viewing, and everything. So definitely, it's cool thing to know. So you pay a monthly fee to Leo. For example, if you are in the business plan, it's $150 per month. And you get 10 projects that you can build and deploy with us. If you need to top up credits, you can, but you don't need for obvious reasons if you succeed in the right amount of prompts. And then you just pay your subscription to maintain the deployment of your applications. Augustin, you are muted. We don't hear you.
It was,
it's good.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So if I just take it from here, so I went ahead and so pretty simple prompt 2. I just asked for customer portal parts in my e-commerce to go ahead and with the, so it was a question from from Nicolas, very good question. So to add, and from Phil, sorry, to add, so first a login connected, again, very important, connected to my existing login system. I'm not creating a new one because it's not like, it's not a possibility. I cannot have several user systems. It's not possible, but we see a lot, well, of new users that come from a world when they have several user systems. It's really a mess. Often they have their Odoo user system, of course. They have a WordPress with WooCommerce, with their clients in WordPress. They have to synchronize both databases. Again, this can be a good solution, but if you can reuse the same user system, it's much more powerful. So here, I'm using my existing login provided by Odoo, which is very good. And I'm just asking for simple features. Check my orders and check my invoices. So I will go ahead and use another customer I have in my Odoo portal, and I will go ahead and check this one just in a minute. And I will log in. And okay, so nice. Now I can create orders and access them. And here I have real orders. I recognize them from my, oh, I have a little error here. I will just get back to it. I won't fix it now because it's an easy one. And if I go here, yeah, I'll just check my Odoo to make sure these are real orders. And if I take this one, for instance, this is not the right one, sorry. Let me find an open one. If I check, for instance, this number, and I have this one. Yeah, so this is Acme Corporation. This is the email I used to log in, dev.press Acme. So this is me. And this is my order with the right price. So I have the right orders. Perfect. So now, again, I can go ahead and fix my error because I guess if I open this order, I will have the detail, of course. We've seen some amazing use cases with this because this is the basic customer portal, but we've seen some customer with heavy logistics process building maps, like interactive maps, when you can track your order real time, where you can chat with the driver, maybe with the salespeople, to interact with your sales. Because again, we have some users that have some very complex sales processes. It's not just about asking about like buying a desk like I just did, but maybe you will ask your desk to be made. So if it's custom made, maybe at some point you will be requested to enter some information. You can do it right here. So it will go ahead, the information will be centralized and go directly to the factory maybe. So again, sky is the limit with this, and we have only 1 more minute, so I will give you the floor again, Honoré.
Yeah, okay, cool. Thanks a lot, Augustin. Again, yeah, so many possibilities of what you can do with that. I got a question from either HelloLeo seems a great tool to me. I believe if you go for the customer and vendor portal regarding the project management creation and assignment of tasks, Odoo is providing a very simple portal in that regard. Yeah, definitely. For some people, you know, the project management of app of Odoo is like sufficient, but for some others, it's not at all sufficient. And definitely it's the same use case as building a customer portal with HelloLeo versus using the one by default on Odoo system. If you want something that really looks like you with more capabilities, you need to build it on Leo. And I think that's pretty much it either. So thank you for your intervention. Andrew, so the cost is in building the website, then what is the ongoing cost to host the e-commerce site? So basically, as I told you, Andrew, it's in the subscription. When you pay for the business plan, it's the same price. You pay $100 per month, $150 per month to handle the deployment of your applications. If you've got more than 10 applications live, you will need to upgrade on the premium plan to have this amount of projects live. Kitan is asking a question: is it writing a standard OOB workflow or writing customer code for simple builds like build website, build e-commerce? I'm not sure you got this one, Augustin, on Kitan.
Sorry, I was just sharing the Discord. And again, because we'll run out of time. So if we are not answering all your questions, I just provided the link, the Discord link. We are growing the community. So if and we are sorry for that. We didn't answer the question properly, or we didn't have the time. Don't hesitate to join the Discord and ask your questions there, and we'll answer in a few minutes after the chat. But just to get back to, thank you, Kitan, out of the box. And sorry, the out of the workflow. So no, basically, and it's a very good question. It's very important architecture element from HelloLeo. And I think, Honore, maybe you mentioned it, and you mentioned it a lot. We are building on top of Odoo, not inside. And this is a very important choice because it enables to create a lot of elements. Today, we have a lot of front-end interfaces. Tomorrow, and we are sharing very amazing information very soon, but about HelloLeo Cloud, you'll be able to create what's not possible to create properly directly in Odoo. So better automations, better synchronization with other systems, like maybe synchronizing your Shopify sales with your Odoo orders. And of course, adding AI agents capabilities. All that is being built on top of Odoo because this is an architectural choice, a technical choice we've made to provide more flexibility. Because in the end, we think that what's happening right now is a big shift in how software is provided, a big shift in how like SaaS and ERP software are provided. In one hand, you have like the system, and we really believe in the strength of the system. Like Odoo is a very strong system, strong community, strong features. But sometimes when you build directly in the system, and then maybe you know what I'm talking about because you're probably an Odoo builder, sometimes you reach some limits because you have to take into account what's already there by opening to like new features on top of Odoo. And when I say on top, it's not necessarily like superficial. It's connected to API. So it's just using this protocol, like the front end, the automations, and you're basically creating from scratch. So right now, sorry, long story short, we are focusing on what you can build on top to improve the Odoo experience and not inside. But of course, we have a lot of requests about it, and we are also thinking about how we can help setting up Odoo, maybe building better in Odoo. But right now, our main focus is building on top of Odoo.
Yeah, but definitely, I think what could be great, Augustin, just by closing it, can you share your screen on, however, how we can publish in Odoo so that your internal users can click on an application and then be redirected to the HelloLeo. So when you publish, of course, let's imagine you build an application, and I've seen you either trying to look for maybe an application of a form that you want to build for example, a lot of people have installators or field service agents. You just want to create something like a form that they can fill in, and that would go directly, the information would go directly within your Odoo system. And so if you want your agent to be able to access it directly from your Odoo dashboard, that's what Augustin can show you just after. So on Odoo, when you click, maybe Augustin. Yeah, you're muted.
Sorry.
Yeah,
again,
it's okay.
For this. Yeah, so, okay, you have my Odoo here, and I just, while Honore was speaking, I just published my website, so it's now accessible here, and you can all see it. And now, well, first of all, my analytics now is working, so I have some visitors coming, and I will add my website to my Odoo dashboard. So what I can do here is very simple. I will just copy this URL and add this website to my Odoo homepage. And I will specify the URL. So again, for a website, well, it can be useful because a lot of companies are using the Odoo homepage as at their homepage. And it's especially useful for like customer portals, employee portals, when your employees are logging in every day to your Odoo homepage. They just can click on their on their Odoo employee portal. So maybe I have some here, yeah, from another session. And oh, wait, we have some limitation here. Maybe Leo didn't understand what I wanted, so just try again. range. Add the website to my Odoo homepage.
And while you speak, I answered the last question of Andrew. Can we use HelloLeo to build connectors with Odoo if we upload APIs or for the SaaS, like if we want to integrate a legacy system and pull data into Odoo? Exactly. Of course, you can do that. Today, you would need to go through Supabase to connect Supabase to HelloLeo and then use the edge function of Supabase. So with the edge function of Supabase, you can plug your API within Supabase, and then HelloLeo is going to get it and send back information to your Odoo system. But in a month, we're going to release HelloLeo V3 and the HelloLeo Cloud feature, and HelloLeo Cloud will be able to handle any API application that you want to build. And Wilfried, I'm sorry, I didn't answer your question. What about mobile app? Definitely, we can build mobile app with HelloLeo. Definitely, that's a lot of customers are asking for it. I think actually Odoo is not that bad on the application, but I know that a lot of our customers want that their installators, their field service agents don't use Odoo, so use an external service like HelloLeo so that they don't pay for another license. And they would need mobile application for those field agents. So people do build that with HelloLeo without any problem.
Yeah, well, it's definitely on the roadmap, like the native mobile applications. Right now, what most of our customers are building, because we have some that created field apps or like clock in, clock out systems, usually used on mobile or tablets. And usually what they build is a PWA, so a web app that you can install on your iOS or Android and use offline, of course. You can add offline capabilities. And we have some set of instructions that you can share to HelloLeo to build, to add the necessary requirements to have your your web app, turned into a PWA to be used offline, to use the camera of your iPhone. Maybe we also have some use cases where they developed like NFC readers. So really, you can already go quite far, but the native mobile capabilities are already in the roadmap coming soon. So I think Leo was not understanding my request properly, so I asked and did create it. I'm not sure.
I'm sorry, Augustin. I'm rushing you because we are out of time.
Maybe
you can show it after in like the next.
And I will definitely debug my
comment that we're going to do. Maybe if you just go into your home and show just the way with Customer Portal. I think there are other applications of HelloLeos connected to your Odoo.
Yeah, basically it will just look like that.
Yeah.
So like this Customer Portal, but I don't understand. Maybe I have a connection problem, I don't know. But yeah, I will debug it on my end and get back to you on the Discord.
Okay, cool. Offline was my next question. Awesome. Okay, thank you everyone for being there. It was amazing. You were 38 at the maximum, so it was a good session. I think we're going to be more at the next session because a lot of people sent me email telling me, "Oh man, it's you just sent us the email too late, so we couldn't manage to be here." But next time it's going to be great. Please, if you have any ideas on what we should build next for the next Building Live event we're going to do, send us email, speak to us on the HelloLeo application. There is the intercom where you can reach us and speak to us. Feel free to reach out at any time. We are here at your disposal. If you have any ideas on what we should build next in live like that, please feel free. It would be really nice to have your ideas, yourself on that. And see you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good one.